Hello, welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we're going to talk to my wife. Now, last time we called her Nami, which is her name, but her English name is Jenny. And so she wants us to try to call her Jenny. It's going to be difficult for me because I never call her Jenny. But I love the name Jenny, so we'll do our best.
Hi.
So if I come up with Nami, it may just happen. Today we're going to talk about food. Korean restaurants have become really popular throughout the world.
Oh.
Like I like to tell the story of one of my best friends. His son, for his 16th birthday party in America, they're totally American kids, he wanted to go to the Korean restaurant. What do you call it, cooking in the middle?
Bulgogi?
Bulgogi, yes. He wanted to go to the Bulgogi restaurant.
That's fantastic.
And they were so funny because they're so jealous that they're everywhere where I live, and they're not expensive.
Yeah.
In America, there's like one.
Not expensive.
A lot cheaper than America.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So let's start there. What's bulgogi?
Bulgogi, cooking with beef and vegetable, sometimes soybean sauce or red pepper sauce.
Okay. Would this go in your country? Like, you go in and there's nobody cooking food. So where I'm from, what a strange concept. Here's a slab of meat. You cook. I just found that to be so funny. Because I'm used to it now. It's no big deal. But what a strange concept.
They serving with just raw meat and vegetable in the middle, all together with cooking and then right away eating. Kind of fresh feeling.
Absolutely. Now, to be fair, some restaurants do cook it for you.
Oh, yeah. Fancy.
So it depends on what kind of restaurants. I really love it. I don't even mind cooking it, really. I'm getting very, very used to it. So that's one of the kind of restaurants we like is bulgogi, and I do really enjoy that. All right, so what's another kind of food? One is shabu shabu.
I'm not sure shabu shabu actually traditional Korean food. From my knowledge, it comes from Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
We always called him Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan,
But maybe it's Genghis, I don't know.
So the shabu shabu from my memories, long ago, that times huge popular. Was very popular.
Yeah, it's very popular.
That is definitely not Korean traditional food. So we didn't eat that from my young days. Yeah.
Okay. Why is it shabu shabu? And
not sure why shabu shabu. We need to check with Google what's the meaning of shabu shabu.
So did the guy who invented stutter?
Let me check neighbor.
Okay.
Shabu shabu. Origin of shabu shabu.
So I'm going to have a picture on the screen of what shabu shabu looks like because we went out.
Do you know about shabu shabu?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you know what that is? But I have a picture of it, and so you can get an idea. Again, we have to cook it, but it's this pan of broth. You can get spicy broth like Jenny likes, or you can get non-spicy like I like. Whole piles of vegetables, and then you slowly cook this sliced meat inside. What I like about this meal is it never ends. All these vegetables, and then you've got all this meat.
Course. How does course dinner?
5-course meal.
Yeah, course meal.
Yeah, and so they've got these little rice cakes. Is that what it is?
Noodle.
Yeah, noodles is one thing. They've got these usually green noodles, which are just fantastic.
Green or white, according to the restaurant, way different.
Okay. And they're just fantastic, these noodles. It's not spaghetti. It's not noodles. It's this very special thing. It's really, really good. But before that, you also have these little round balls. What are those? Rice cake?
Rice cake?
They're little round things you put in?
That's also that always according to the restaurant different. Little rice cake, round stuff.
My son just goes crazy for those things, those little round things. So we have to get a whole bowl full just for him. I mean, you're supposed to eat like, what, 3 of them or 4 of them? My son gets a bowl of like 20. And even at that, he's like, don't touch them, those are mine. He just goes crazy for those. I like those too. But.
So just I checked the shabu shabu. Some information tell us that it comes from Japan, but the meaning is another dipping in another action. Meaning is action.
Okay.
Dipping and then shaking a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we put the meat, sliced meat into the hot waters and then slice, stir a little bit this way.
Okay.
That
So it's how you cook. Yeah. Because you do it more than
shabu
once.
Shabu meaning how we
You're right.
cook.
So you do it more than once. Dip in. Dip it again. Yeah. Interesting.
To make the meat cooked.
Yeah. And if you can see from the picture, there's all these sauces you dip into it. One is like a sweet sauce, sweet chili sauce.
Sweet chili sauce and the peanut butter, peanut sauce.
Peanut sauce.
Peanut
But
fishy sauce.
if you have listeners from America, don't think peanut butter. It looks sort of like peanut.
No
Tastes
peanut
nothing.
butter. No peanut
Doesn't
butter.
taste anything
Peanut
like
taste
yeah.
sauce. Peanut taste
Yeah,
sauce.
peanut taste. And the chili, don't think of chili. It's not. It's very sweet.
Sweet chili.
Yeah, so it's not like
And
we think of
fish
chili.
sauce.
We think of chilies as this green chili that's really spicy. No, not spicy at all. Completely sweet. And then, so you go through this thing where you have the vegetables and the meat, and then you put in the next course, which is the, the green.
Green vegetable?
The green, what's it called?
Radish?
We just said it, the green...
Noodle.
Green noodles.
But the green noodle, Mr. William, green noodle only comes from the restaurant we ate.
Right. So sometimes it's white noodles or whatever the color is. Yeah. And so then there's another course after that, which you have like an egg. And in the last drippings, they add a rice and egg, which is like this.
And vegetable.
Yeah, and that's
Chopped vegetable.
that just tastes fantastic. So it's another thing.
That is
goes
a
with this
finishing.
meal. Yeah.
whole
So
meal.
I personally love this meal. Whenever we do our weekly shopping, we
So
usually
with
have this.
one food, we can enjoy the many different taste.
Yeah. So that's what I like about it.
Probably you guys such a kind of a food.
Nothing like this.
Yeah.
Never heard of anything like this. Especially we don't cook at restaurants. Somebody's going to get sued. Oh, a piece of meat fell on my arm and burned me, so I want $6 billion. It's just ridiculous.
This is, if not that is true, then don't say that. This is public stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So that's only Mr. Williams' opinion. So that is not
True.
sure, correct,
Yeah,
not
very
correct.
true.
We don't know.
Very true.
What?
No.
true?
What you're saying.
Yeah.
It's very true that it's not true. So,
That's the only opinion.
all right, let's get to the star of our show. What's the star food in Korea? Kimchi.
Kimchi.
The star.
Yay. Kimchi, thousand years history. Then very, very traditional Korean food. Everybody know in the world, I think.
All right, so now Kim is a famous last name here. Is that where you got the name
That's
for it?
family name? Yeah, Kim.
So is that
Is that related? I don't know.
so Kimchi? Could that be the guy's name who invented it?
Okay, let me Google again.
A very modern wife here. She Googles everything.
Or neighboring.
So if you don't know what kimchi is, I'll try to put a picture up. And so it's this really spicy thing, and it's made out of cabbage. And families used to make this every year. And so, they used to call it new kimchi, and after it ages a while, it becomes, I guess, old kimchi. And so you add spices and all that to the cabbage. Koreans just go crazy for this. They have it 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
And the famous thing is to have kimchi and rice together. That seems to be a famous
Kimchi
combination.
and rice is the main thing we should set up for every meal mostly.
Right.
But I heard that nowadays the kind of millennium generations, honestly, they don't need kimchi every meal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like our son.
Yeah.
He is not millennial generation, actually more younger than
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But he doesn't need kimchi every meal.
He eats it. He likes it.
But that's not the priority all the time.
Yeah. So the Korean tastes are very slowly changing. So what can you tell me about kimchi? You love it, right?
I love it.
Yeah. So, why do you love it?
Too trained.
Yeah, right, yeah.
From young days, without kimchi, I didn't think of my meal.
Yeah.
But also, I'm very, the open-minded to other kind of food without kimchi. But if available, always eat.
Right. Because, one of the difficulties for me in Korea is I don't like kimchi. And it's like the national food here.
Even kimchi is not only one kind. This kind.
And I don't like any of it.
Unlimited.
Yes.
Unlimited.
And the reason why is I'm not trained for it. I don't like spicy food at all, generally. And I just wasn't trained. If I was a good Korean boy all my life, I would eat kimchi. Probably love it.
Probably.
But I'm just not trained for it. But the one thing I do like kimchi on is
kimchi.
Yeah, white kimchi.
White kimchi.
And what do I like white kimchi with?
With the bossam.
Bossam. What's bossam?
The pork, boiled pork.
Boiled pork, yeah. Which, the way they serve it here is
there
really
is
good.
The German kind of food, similar kind of food.
Similar. It's not the same, but it is a little similar.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, but the boiled pork, I mean, sorry for people who don't eat pork, but it does taste wonderful. And I do like it with white kimchi.
Very soft, because boiled with in water, but not only pure water, so all kind of the good ingredient inside, and then mix and then boiled with pork,
right?
Big chunk of not chunk, big
hunk of pork,
hunk, big size of pork, dipping and then boiled around for 30 minutes.
Right.
Then all good taste, get inside of the meat.
Yeah. And also the white kimchi is very sweet. It's not sour at all.
The German style Schweinehaxen, but that's kind of similar.
Yeah.
Schweinehaxen.
Yeah. So that's something we both like is bossam, which we don't eat because most of the time it comes with regular kimchi. So I'm not too thrilled with that. The other thing I like kimchi with is cheesy donkasu.
Good combination.
Yeah. For some reason, that's not bad.
Yes, the kimchi fresh filling.
Yeah.
The whole together with some little greasy donkasu.
Yeah. Donkasu is like a breaded meat, like usually pork again. And how do they fry it, or what do they do with it?
Like a cutlet.
Yeah, like very much like a cutlet. Yeah, so it's kind of like a pork cutlet.
Yeah.
And, usually comes with a little bit of salad off to the side.
Salad,
what kind of salad is it? Just,
all different.
Shredded some kind of cabbage or something. And then I like it with kimchi, which I don't love it with kimchi, but I can eat it.
Flavorful, very getting rich.
Yeah.
Flavor so very different, and then all the awake, all kind of the cell inside of the mouth.
When I first moved to Korea, there was these restaurants, very small little places, and they'd have a wall of things. It was like, 57 different things on the wall to eat. And I can't, it's all in Korean, and a lot of them didn't have any pictures. So I figured out one thing. Oh, donkasu. Then I learned cheesy donkasu. So that's what I lived on, because the only thing I could say. Because there's donkasu without cheese. Cheesy donkasu has cheese in the center. So, I learned to like that a lot.
Oh, it's not the kind of a difficult food for Western?
Never heard of it.
Oh.
I mean, a cutlet, maybe a pork cutlet. It's somewhat similar, a little bit. A lot of times it has like this brown gravy that comes with it, and that's quite nice. A lot of times the gravy is good.
So now we choose for lunch cheese donkas?
Maybe. Maybe. It's hard to get it delivered, though. You almost need it fresh. And these little tiny restaurants, I always wonder about the quality and the, is it just, the sanitation okay? These little
but
tiny...
we sometimes order cheese donkas for our son, but quite okay. So still very enough for eating. Enough heat for eating.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So what other foods do we like? We forgot one big one. What do we eat every time? Soup.
Soup. Tteokguk, rice cake soup.
No, the soup that we go to. Our favorite restaurant.
Ah, 감자탕.
Kamjatang.
감자탕.
Kamjatang is what it's called. And so this is like meat. What kind of meat is it? Pork again.
Yeah.
Is everything pork?
Yeah, but pork with bone.
Right.
Using pork, the fresh with the bone and boiled many hours.
Right. Yeah.
So normally hard to make it at home.
Right. Right. And it's normally hard to take it out because it loses its flavor.
Yeah.
Just
right away
taking it.
eating with a hot taste is
Yeah.
very good.
So if you can picture it, you've got all this meat on a bone. So I've got to take my chopsticks and take off all the meat.
Lot of wood.
Handiwork,
flesh, yeah. But very soft.
Yeah. And then all these vegetables come with it. And, and this kind of food never makes my stomach upset. I'm always satisfied.
Yeah, very satisfied. Also not that expensive.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Not
Good.
that
Not
expensive.
a bad price. And sometimes it's a little spicy. So our favorite restaurant, do you tell them to make mine not so spicy, or is it just the way it comes?
Maybe sometimes they little bit the red pepper a little bit more, but generally they're still okay.
Yeah.
Always same.
Yeah. That's a funny thing with food between Jenny and I, is that I'll say, "Is this spicy?" And she says, "Oh, no, it's not spicy at all. I take one bite and my mouth hurts for the rest of the day."
Don't you think you're so sensitive?
I am, yeah. I'm very sensitive. And Jenny can eat like the spiciest thing and it doesn't bother her at all. She just
No
eats
problem.
the spiciest thing.
So another good thing with the 감자탕 is full of vegetable.
Yes.
Very good combination, good balance.
Because you're forced to eat vegetables, which you really like. Okay. So, that's one of our favorites is kamjatang. I didn't realize how many foods I actually liked here. There's a bunch of them that I like.
Dakgalbi. You like
duck galbi.
dakgalbi?
What's duck galbi?
Dakgalbi, a barbecue beef
Yeah.
or pork.
Yeah.
Barbecue pork or beef. But the restaurant, the serve with almost cooked.
Yeah.
You don't need to cook them much.
Yeah, so they have like a little candle underneath this wok-like thing.
And make it warm.
And they make it warm.
While we're eating.
Yeah, so I like duck galbi, but I like chicken galbi better.
Oh,
It's a Korean joke.
Oh.
Duck. It's pronounced like Tkeouk or something. But to me, it sounds like duck, like, quack, quack, duck, duck. I always make the joke, I'd rather have chicken galbi, please. But they don't like my...
The duck galbi more, typical. It's a chicken galbi. Yes, sort of there is.
Yeah, my little weak attempt at humor.
Do you like rice cake soup?
I do love rice cake soup. I don't like rice cake. Just eating it out of a box. I don't like rice cake.
Rice cake soup.
Rice cake soup. They take rice cake and they put it in little slices, little round slices. And usually we eat it like on New Year's Day.
Yeah, New Year's Day.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. The way my wife makes it, it's just wonderful.
Good.
The special sauce she loves.
Also, yeah.
So that rice cake soup I love too. Yeah.
Very good. Rice cake soup. Yeah. And then, I heard that they're very popular outside, in the world, black sweet.
Black seaweed?
Yeah, kim.
Kim?
Yeah, rice.
Oh,
kind of
right.
the
Yeah.
Kim.
Right. So, yeah, very thinly sliced, seaweed, black seaweed. And they sprinkle it on the top. Yeah, which is very healthy. So much of Korean food is really healthy. The West could really take some pointers from that.
Most food have to eat with vegetables. Because all already cooked together.
Right. So, a big one that you have to eat vegetables is, what's that one? That's all vegetable. Rice and vegetables. I haven't eaten it in a while. What's that called? Rice and vegetables.
What is that?
Sometimes it has meat, but
where?
Just
at home?
Big bowl of rice. No, restaurants. Rice and vegetables. What's that called? We haven't had that in a long time. Bibimbap.
Bibimbap.
That's what I'm thinking.
Bibimbap.
Because bop means rice in Korean.
Bibim means mix.
Right. So you get a bowl full of rice, and then on the top is all these vegetables.
Yeah, vegetable, and then some fried beef.
Maybe.
And with fried egg.
Right. Or not. Sometimes it just comes without meat. And I was so surprised when I first came to Korea. Because I don't particularly love vegetables. But I found myself eating vegetables. Because bibimbap was so good. So that's another one. Actually, why don't we ever have bibimbap? We never have it anymore.
The bibimbap picky is red pepper sauce. But you don't like.
I don't like red pepper sauce. Yeah.
So with the red pepper sauce, then finishing the flavor.
All right. So all these great foods. So what's for lunch?
We're getting hungry.
What's for lunch today?
We can order cheese order. In Korea, the good thing is a very delivery system perfect.
Yeah. Very nice delivery.
We start the order, then within 30 minutes coming.
Yeah.
Like a pizza delivery.
All right. Jenny had a phone call, so now she's done. Okay, so any final words about?
So generally, we satisfied with the Korean food, so non-stop
eating. Yeah, because sometimes I really miss my food from my home country. I really do, like diners and things. But it's really fun to talk about it because there's so many food I do like. And I forget about that.
So one thing I want to ask is, so when you go to the Outback Steakers
Well, the reason why I'm stopping you saying that, because that's nothing to do with Korean food.
Okay.
So that's we might do an episode later where we do foreign foods.
Yeah, foreign food.
See how Jenny likes foreign foods. Maybe, maybe we'll do that. But that's nothing to do with Korean food. So, we just happened to go to Outback Steak the other day. Good comparison. Yeah. So any other final comments? Most Korean food is served with rice. That's a big thing. Most of it is spicy. You can take anything and you make it.
Yeah, most Koreans were trained for Korea with the spicy.
Like I order fried chicken from the local delivery and it's spicy. Like, why? It's chicken.
One of a choice. That is one of a choice. There are many kind of choice.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the non-spicy.
Yeah.
Sweet. Spicy.
Yeah. We went to a restaurant a little while ago and we're having the Shabu Shabu restaurant, and Jenny and her brother, they ordered this big plate and it was the spiciest thing I've ever touched in my life. And I asked brother, and he's like, not Jenny's brother, not spicy at all. And his face is turning purple and he's, sweating and not spicy at all.
It's hot. It is hot.
And they gave me just the smallest little spoonful. I'm serious. I tasted that for an hour after that one spoonful. So spicy to me.
That food name is guijim, kind of in fishy.
Right, had a lot of seafood and fish in it. Yeah, very spicy to me. But I'm getting better. I'm starting slowly to like.
Oh, the other day we went to a restaurant. You started the hot soup.
Yeah,
spicy soup.
really hot soup.
Tasty.
And I liked it. I think it's because I had a cold. And all my taste buds were like non-functioning. So I think I could have eaten anything spicy and I would have liked it. Okay, final word. Let's wrap this up.
I'm very glad we here talking about food, so makes me so hungry. So okay, very good chance to talk about that.
Yeah. So I'd recommend, if you ever come to Korea, to try all these different foods. Like shabu shabu is just wonderful. Kamjatang, duck galbi.
Yeah, 불고기.
Bibimbap. All these things are really, really good. Kimbap. What's kimbap?
Kimbap, rice, vegetable, several 3 or 4 kind of vegetable, and then roll with flexed with like California roll.
Right. Okay. And then kimchi jjigae.
Yeah, kimchi jjigae. That's good.
Which I don't like kimchi, so it doesn't.
I ate this morning.
But there's whole restaurants, little tiny restaurants, all about kimchi jjigae. Yeah. So there's all kinds of good food. So I hope we've given you some ideas. If you come to Korea, or just go to your local Korean restaurant. Korean actually has some pretty good food. Good job on your food.
Because we have a very long history.
A lot of history. Okay. Well, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.